Hello, I am so excited that you have chosen this new health journey. And I'm just so honored that you have chosen me to help you along the way and be your health coach. So I'm just going to remind you this program is broken up into 4 components. And they say that with each component, you will be 25% successful in this program and keeping the weight off for good. Okay. So your 4 components are: one, your health coach, which is me. Lean on me. Tell me when you decide to reach for that candy bar and eat it instead. Let me know if you're struggling. Let me know if you're hungry. That's what I'm here for. So let me know anything that's going on. Tell me if you're not feeling good. Tell me what you're struggling with or what you like. So that's the first component. Second component is the community. So that's going to be the Facebook groups that I've added you into, transforming your life and taking back your life. And I also go ahead and add you to a group that's called the Lean and Green Meals. It just has some good recipes for your lean and green. Component 3 is your fuelings. So, excuse me, in your kit, you would have gotten some fuelings. That's what they look like. These right here. Okay, so these are your fuelings. So make sure you open your big box that you got, and you should have had 22 boxes of fuelings with your first kit. So make sure you got everything in there, and keep in mind these are your fuelings. So you're gonna have 5 of these per day, and these are interchangeable, okay? So if you want pancakes first thing in the morning, kind of like your breakfast, go for it. If you would rather have a bar, go for it. If you want a shake, you could do that. I even mix my shake in my coffee and kind of make it a morning thing. There's like crunchers, and they're all different colors, but just ignore that. Colors don't mean anything, okay? You can have any of these anytime during the day. So you're gonna have 5 of these per day, and then your 1 lean and green meal, which we're gonna talk about in just a minute, okay? So make sure you got your 22 boxes of fuelings. You should have gotten 2 large books, okay? And this is your other component that'll help you be successful. These are your educational materials. This is what is going to help you break bad habits, create new habits, helps you understand why it's so hard for us as Americans to battle this weight that we keep yo-yoing back and forth. And it's also going to help you transition. Whenever you lose the weight and you get to your goal, this is going to help you transition off so that that weight stays off for good, which is why this program is so amazing. I'm trying to think. Okay, so you have the one-on-one coach, you have these educational books, you have the community, and then your 4th one is just sticking to your fuelings and the lean and green meal. Okay, so those are your 4 components that are going to help you be successful on this journey. Okay, so I'm going to go over some things with you that are super important. This is your night before. Okay, so make sure that tonight you do your measurements. In the little kit that I mailed to you, you should have had like a paper that is helpful for that. So take your measurements tonight. You're also going to want to take a before and after picture. And these are things that you do not have to share with me or anybody else, okay? So these are just for you. That way, once you get further on in this journey, you can compare before and after pictures and really see all the success that you accomplished. Because you've got to remember, it's not just about a number on the scale. It's also about measurement and how many inches you've lost. It's also about your body fat, your BMI numbers changing. There's so much to pay attention to. So if that scale's not moving, measure. See if you're losing inches. So definitely measure and take your pictures. When you wake up in the morning to start, tomorrow's going to be your day 1. When you wake up in the morning to start, go to the bathroom and then weigh yourself first thing in the morning before you do anything else, before you even take a sip of water. So wake up, go to the bathroom, and then take your weight and send me your weight. You're going to send me your weight the first 4 days that you're on this program. So day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, first thing in the morning, send me your weight. So that's going to help us understand if you're doing everything right and if we need to change up anything. After those 4 days, it'll just be a weekly weigh-in. So the day you start will be your weekly weigh-in. So if you start on a Monday, Mondays will be your weigh-in day. If you start on a Thursday, Thursday will be your weigh-in day. and stay consistent with what you're wearing when you weigh. If you want to be naked, go for it. If you want to wear shorts and a tank top, that's fine. Just make sure you're consistent with whatever you're weighing, because clothes do weigh differently. So within the first 30 minutes when you wake up, you want to have your first fueling. So try to kind of plan that out. You're going to be eating every 2 to 3 hours. So go ahead and try to jot that down the night before and kind of see how that's going to look for you. For example, like I wake up at, 6:50 or so. I have my first fueling by like 7:15 in the morning. So 7:15, I usually have my next fueling like 9:15, 10 o'clock. Then I have my next fueling around 10, 11, about 1 o'clock. I have my next fueling about 3:30. And then I go home and I eat my supper with my family and I make my lean and green meal. And we usually eat that about 7 o'clock or so. And then I save one last fueling for kind of like a dessert for after supper and before bed. So then my last fueling is anywhere from 9 to 9:30. So that's how mine is broken up. Of course, your day might look different. So just go ahead and start jotting down times and kind of looking at how your schedule is throughout the day and when you might eat. And some people find it helpful to set a timer on their phone. And that's a great idea. So set a timer and you could just label it fueling 1, fueling 2, something like that. And keep in mind, your lean and green meal can be eaten any time of the day. Most people just do it for dinner because that's what's easiest with their family. You can do it whenever you want though. Some people will do it for lunch. If you're a breakfast person, do it for breakfast. But just remember, you're only going to have that one lean and green meal and then your 5 fuelings. So you're eating 6 times a day, broken up every 2 to 3 hours. And then make sure you are drinking your water. I have this big, huge thing. It is a gallon and it comes with a straw and it helps me, first of all, keep track of my water. I just know that I need to drink 1 of these a day. And the straw just makes it super easy and I'm just constantly drinking all day long. So make sure you drink more than 64 ounces of water every day. A great tip that a lot of my clients have found is if they drink 1 to 2 cups of water with every fueling. So if they're getting 1 to 2 cups of water for every fueling, then by the time the night is over, they've gotten their water in. Trying to think what else I need to go over with you. Let me set this big, huge thing down. Okay, so next we're gonna go over our lean and green meal. So grab your spiral notebook. Okay, so you should have your spiral notebook. You're gonna turn to page 17. Just read page 17 to yourself. This goes over what your lean and green meal is, but we're gonna go ahead and start talking about the specifics. So let me know if you have any questions after this video. Okay, so we are on page 18. So you're gonna see that there are 3 different categories for your lean, which is your meat. There's leanest, leaner, and lean. So you can have any of these meats that are on this page, but you need to look and see, where does your meat fall? Is it leanest, leaner, or lean? So for example, look under leanest. It says choose 7 ounces and 2 healthy fats. So under leanest would be like my turkey light meat. So if I decided I wanted some light turkey meat for supper, I could have 7 ounces of this and I would need to add 2 healthy fats to my dinner or anytime during the day. If I was to choose pork tenderloin, that falls under the leaner category, and that is only 6 ounces of meat, and you get 1 healthy fat. Now, if I was going to choose, if I wanted to have steak for dinner, steak would fall underneath my lean category. I would only get 5 ounces, and I don't get any healthy fats because these meats under here already contain quite a bit of natural fats in the meat. And then a common question that I've had is, what about processed meat through a butcher? Because we have a quarter of a cow in our freezer, and so all of that comes from the butcher, and we're like, well, what percentage is that? So we just consider that as a lean. Anything from the butcher is anything from usually 80 to 85%. So we just consider that as a lean. So if you have meat like that in the freezer, consider that a lean, and it's only going to be 5 ounces and no healthy fat. So just something to keep in mind. So that is your leans. You can have any meats off here, and depending on your meat, depends on how many healthy fats you get for the day. Okay, so go ahead and turn to page 21. 21 has optional snacks. These are things that do not count anything against you. So for example, optional snacks, it says, in addition to your 5 fuelings you're going to have in your 1 lean and green meal, you may choose one of these optional snacks daily. So these are just really if you're struggling, you're feeling hungry, you feel like you need to munch on something throughout the day, this is when you're going to have one of these. Don't like really count on it or try to make it a daily thing. But if you're struggling, this is what you're going to go for. So it says, the first one says Optavia Puff Snacks or Optavia Popcorn. These are not in your first kit, so you're not going to have these. But whenever you place your second monthly order, which you're going to do yourself, you can add these onto your next kit if you are interested in these. So I'm going to kind of show you what they look like. So they have like these puffed sweet and salty snacks. So if you like are just kind of needing something salty tasting, or they have like puffed, oops, sorry, it's backwards, puffed ranch snacks. And these we use for like croutons on a salad, and it doesn't count anything against us. So that's just something to keep in mind whenever you place your second monthly order. Okay, but things that you can go get at the store. You can have 3 celery stalks. You can have sugar-free popsicle, sugar-free Jell-O. You can have up to 3 pieces of sugar-free gum or mints, pickle spears, or you can have half an ounce of any of these nuts, almonds, walnuts, or pistachios. So those are just like some little freebie items that you can have. Okay, so we talked about your lean. So now let's talk about your greens. So in your packet that I sent to you, there was this paper that says vegetable conversion chart. Okay, and this is like 4 pages of vegetables. You can have any of these vegetables that are on plan. So make sure you're looking to see what you can have. Like carrots are a big no-no because they're a high sugar root vegetable, and we're trying to avoid sugars right now. So just look on here. So you are going to want to weigh your food, weigh your meat, weigh your vegetables. A lot of these will tell you like half a cup of this or 1 cup of this. You can do it that way, but honestly, if you want to be more successful, get more food, and just be more accurate, you're going to want to weigh. So we've had this forever, just a Pampered Chef scale. You can get food scales off Amazon. You can find them at Walmart. Just find one that's easy and user-friendly. You don't need a whole bunch of fancy buttons, just something kind of simple. Okay, so, and we just measure in ounces. And of course, before you measure, always make sure all your numbers are 0 on here. So you're going to want to weigh. So this is how this paper is going to help you. You can choose any vegetables off this paper and ignore the color coded. We're not going to worry about the color coded if it's low or high carb unless you're not losing weight. And then we'll go and look at this. So if there's a week that you're stalling out at weight, I'm going to say, okay, please go eat your lowest carbs. But starting out, you should be just fine. So eat any vegetables you want. These vegetables, you can eat them raw, you can eat them cooked, you can eat them like frozen or canned. So any vegetables, it does not matter what it comes in. Okay, so for example, if you just look at the top, it says asparagus raw. You're going to go all the way over here into the ounces, which is all the way. And asparagus raw, you can have 2.36. So you're going to weigh your food on that food scale and get 2.36 of asparagus. And that's just for 1 serving. You need 3 greens per day. If you want to eat all 3 greens for supper, perfect. If you want to eat one during the day with one of your fuelings, like at lunchtime, you can do that, so you can split it up. Because some people find it's just a lot to eat sometimes. And when you have your 3 greens, you can have all 3 servings be asparagus, or you can do 3 different greens like broccoli, green beans, and asparagus. It's completely up to you on that part. But make sure you are weighing your greens and weigh your protein, your meat, or your lean. I hope that makes sense. And then you also have a condiments list, looks like this. You can have 3 condiments per day, and these are optional. So that means you do not have to have them at all, but you can only have up to 3 per day. And this is gonna be like your barbecue sauces or sugar-free syrup, things like that. So you're gonna notice on the first page, it has fresh herbs and spices. I'm gonna tell you right now, just X that out and don't even worry about it. There are some coaches out there, so if you get on like some of those Facebook groups, you might see some people that do this. But I'm gonna tell you right now, me, my higher up coach, her higher up coach, and the coach above her, we do not count herbs and spices. So, I mean, just ignore that. So for example, if I make a taco salad, I don't count my taco seasoning against my condiments. I just worry about like my syrups and sauces. So you can just ignore this. Now, like I said, if you're not losing weight, we might go back to this and we might start counting your seasonings, but right now I would not even worry about it. But just something to keep in your head. Biggest things to worry about are like if you've got a seasoning that's super high in carbs, super high in sodium, or has a whole bunch of sugar in it, I would avoid it. So yeah. So, okay. So look at just the bottom. We're still on the first page. Underneath sauces and syrups. So the first one says barbecue sauce, and this is regular, half a teaspoon, not a whole lot. If you look at the one underneath it, it says barbecue sauce, sugar-free, 1 tablespoon. So you're gonna see that your sugar-free items you're gonna get more of. And Head Country has a really good sugar-free barbecue sauce that I like. So I mean, give those sugar-free items a chance. Don't kind of stick up your nose to it. They really aren't that bad. And there's like sugar-free pancake syrup that's really good too. So if you had some pancakes in your kit, you might find something like that. So you're gonna have some sauces and syrups. On the next page, there are a few dairy and cheese and milk substitutes that you can use. So there's like some cream cheese, sour cream, Laughing Cow, almond milk, things like that. But I'm going to tell you right now, try to not do cheese every single day. Cheese will make your weight stall. So we just kind of make a rule of thumb, just try to use cheese like once a week. And then of course there's like some baking and cooking ingredients. So if you're wanting to like roll your chicken up into some flour or something, there's some options there. And then your flavor enhancers. And a lot of people use these for like their morning coffee, but just be careful because remember, you can only have 3 condiments per day. So if you're using all 3 condiments in your coffee in the morning, you're not going to have any leeway or any condiments for your supper at nighttime. So keep that in mind. And if you use sweetener in your tea, that's going to count against you. So one packet of sweetener is 1 condiment. So these are just some things to keep in mind. Just make sure you're really keeping track of what you're using. Okay, and then with the condiments, there's healthy fats. And remember, healthy fats is what we talked about. Depending on what your meat is going to be for the day, whatever your lean is, depends on if you get 0, 1, or 2 healthy fat servings. And do not skip these healthy fats. I know we think, oh, fat, let's avoid it. That's not the case. Your healthy fat is going to be very good for you and it's going to help your weight loss. So make sure you do not skip your healthy fat if you get one for the day. So remember, if I have steak for my supper, I'm not going to get any healthy fats. If I have chicken, I'm going to get 1 healthy fat. If I'm going to eat whatever was 7 ounces, I can't even remember right now. If I eat something that's 7 ounces of meat that was on that list, I think it was like turkey, light meat or something like that, then I would get 2 healthy fats. So just make sure you pay attention to that. Some common healthy fats people use is like your unsweetened almond milk, avocado or guacamole. You can use some olive oil and drizzle that on your meat or your like green beans or something like that. And then there's like some sunflower seeds you could have for a healthy fat. There's some butters and then salad dressings. So just look through there and kind of use this when you're going to do your grocery shopping. That way you know what you're looking for and what you need and what you can have more of and that kind of a thing. Okay, so we went over what's in your box. We went over your lean and green meal, your condiments, and your healthy fats, and drinking your water. So in your little spiral book, just make sure you kind of turn to page 30 and use this at least your first week, please. This will really help you keep on track. It'll help you look and write down your times of when you eat, helps you keep track of your water, and it kind of folds out. Okay, so they have a little graph like this for like the first 3 weeks, I believe it is. So definitely at least use that your first week, because I'm going to be calling you on day 1, 2, 3, and 4, checking in with you, making sure you're understanding, answering any questions you have, asking what your lean and green meal is, just to help you understand the program, because we want to make sure you start off the program right. We don't want you doing it wrong the whole time. And so, yeah, definitely use that book, because when I call, you can be like, oh yeah, I ate at this time, and this is what I had. Oh, and I have this question. So yeah, we just really want to be accountable and just help you understand it, because we just don't want you getting off on the wrong track. I mean, after all, you spend a lot of money to better your health, and we just want to make sure you understand it, because this program can be overwhelming. It can be a lot to take on until you get it. I mean, I feel like I get it, but I've been doing it for a while. You're brand new to this program, and I just want to be here and help you be successful. Okay, so I think the last thing I have for you, so you have these big books, and they are super overwhelming, and I know it, okay? So this is your Habits of Health. Dr. Anderson is the founder of this program. He's the one who's done all the research and really understood how things work, plan things out, put things in our fuelings that it's gonna help you curb those cravings and give you all the nutrients your body needs. This guy's amazing. But this book right here is more like textbook. It's got so much information in it, so definitely read a few pages if you can here and there. But this one's more like a textbook. So if you're going to start off with one of the books, I would recommend this one, your life book. This one's a little bit easier. It's broken into elements, and keep in mind, the mental part of this program is the biggest part. I think I've heard someone say it's like 80% mentality, and this is what's going to change your habits. This is what's going to help you keep that weight off for good. That's what makes this program stick out more than any of those other fad diets that you've ever done. Because I don't know about you, but I think I've counted like 10 different programs or magic pills or whatever, like, you know, and there was nothing out there that helped me with the mental part of this journey. There was nothing out there that showed me what to do when I got the weight off. There was no transition period. It was just either take the product or don't. So this is going to be huge for you. So the mental part is huge, and it changes us and breaks our habits. So just start off with, you know, opening the book, skimming through it, writing your name down. Okay. And then the next day, open it up, spend 5 minutes reading. I would definitely start with element 1 and 2 in here, but then you can go through any of the elements that you need to or that apply to your life. There's some that go through, you know, if you're struggling, there's parts that go through emotional, there's parts that go through like financial aspects. There's just so much in here. So definitely keep that book in mind. So yeah, I'm so excited for you. A definite side effect of this program is that you are going to lose weight, and inches are going to fall off so fast that people are going to start asking you, what in the heck are you doing? And trust me, it's so fun to help your family and friends and try to get them to do this with you. So you're going to do amazing. You're going to love this program. It's not like anything else that's out there. And definitely lean on me. I'm your coach, and that's what I'm here for.